Okay, let's just get right into it. Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right? You've got the vision boards, you're saying the affirmations, but you're just not getting the results you want? Well, you are definitely not alone. The truth is, a lot of mainstream manifestation advice is, believe it or not, kind of designed to fail. And in this explainer, we're going to tear that down and get into the counterintuitive rules that actually move the needle.
Now this is a pretty wild idea to start with, right? The suggestion is that the entire industry actually has a stake in you almost getting there, but never quite crossing the finish line. I mean, think about it. If you really manifested everything you wanted, would you need to buy another book or another course? They give you just enough to keep you hooked, to keep you coming back for more.
So that brings us right to the fundamental lie that the whole industry is kind of built on. It's this flawed foundation that keeps millions of people completely stuck, just spinning their wheels. You can think of it like this. A hospital, as much good as it does, stays in business because people get sick. In that same way, the manifestation business thrives on people who aren't, well, manifesting. It creates this endless loop of seeking, where you're always just one more secret away from finally getting your goal. And the number one tactic they use to keep you in this loop is something called externalization. This is the big one. It's when you're taught that the power isn't actually in you. Oh no, it's in this specific technique or this crystal or this special mantra. It trains you to look for answers everywhere but inside yourself, making you forget that you are the power source. And this, of course, leads us right into the biggest myth of them all, the idea that manifestation is all about the things you do, the techniques you perform. Yeah, I'm sure all of these look super familiar, right? We're told over and over that if we just repeat the right words or glue the right pictures to a board or script the perfect day, then poof, everything will just magically appear. But here's the thing. These are just tools, and tools are totally useless without someone or something to power them. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? Affirmations, vision boards, they're like cars. They're amazing vehicles that are designed to get you from point A to point B. But a Ferrari, no matter how sleek and expensive it is, can't move a single inch without fuel in the tank. The techniques are not the power. They are just the conduits for it. So, if the techniques are just the car, what's the fuel? Well, the real engine behind all of this isn't about what you do. It's about who you're being. It all comes down to one thing: your frequency. Now, frequency can sound a little out there, I get it, but it's actually super simple. Think of it as your overall mental attitude. It's a mix of two things: your dominant thoughts and, maybe even more importantly, your dominant emotional state. It's the vibe, the signal that you're constantly broadcasting out into the world. This slide right here, this is the whole game. About 98% of people are stuck in the do, have, be model. They think, I need to do all this hard work so I can have the money, so then I can finally be happy. But the successful 2%, they flip it completely. They start with be. They first become the person who already has what they want. They adopt that mental attitude. That state of being then inspires the right doing, the right actions, which then naturally leads to having the result. See the difference? It's huge. And here's maybe the best analogy I've ever heard for this. Imagine the universe is just a massive Amazon warehouse. It's got everything you could ever possibly want. Your frequency, that's the product code. If you keep putting in the product code for I'm frustrated and lacking, the universe can't ship you the package for I'm abundant and joyful. It's just not possible. You have to transmit the right code first. So let's get really specific. That fuel we talked about, the thing that powers the vehicle of any technique, it's emotional conviction. And this is so much more than just believing or hoping. It's a deep, unshakable, gut-level state of knowing. It's a certainty. And that feeling is what activates the technique and tells the universe exactly which product code you're ordering. Okay, but here's the thing. Adopting this new frequency, this state of knowing, it comes with a pretty big challenge. In fact, it's a huge psychological trap that keeps most of us from ever really stepping into our power. And it's called the good person trap. To create a truly different reality for yourself, you have to be willing to become a bad person. And hold on, I don't mean morally bad. We're talking socially. A good person plays by the rules. They conform, they stay relatable, they worry about making sure everyone else is comfortable. A bad person, in this context, is just unapologetic about what they want. They stop trying to fit in and start creating their own path, even if it ruffles a few feathers.
So why is this so hard? Well, it's because from the day we were born, we all unconsciously signed this invisible social contract. We learned that if we conform, if we fit in, we get love and acceptance. So the idea of breaking that contract, of not being relatable anymore, of making people uncomfortable, it triggers this deep primal fear that we're going to lose love. But here's the catch. You can't create a new extraordinary reality while still playing by the rules of the old contract.
This leads us to the real price of creating the life you want. And it's not about working harder or struggling more. The true price is sacrifice. But we have to completely redefine that word. Sacrifice isn't about losing something valuable. It's about willingly giving up something of a lower nature to get something of a higher one. I mean, a caterpillar has to completely sacrifice its identity as a caterpillar in order to become a butterfly. It's not a loss, it's an exchange, it's an upgrade. So, how do you actually do this in real life? It happens in those tiny moments every single day. Something happens that would normally trigger your old automatic negative reaction, but this time you pause. You don't just react. Instead, you filter that situation through the mind of your desired self. You literally ask, how would the successful, happy, fulfilled version of me think and feel and act right now? And then you consciously choose to respond from that new state. That choice, right there, that is the sacrifice.
So when you put this all together, you start to realize something huge. The life you experience, the reality you live in, it's not a physical game of action and effort. It is first and foremost a mental game. And this is why something like 98% of people lose this game. It's not because they aren't trying hard enough, not at all. It's because they're playing on the wrong field. They're trying to win a mental and energetic game using only physical tools. The real work, the work that actually creates massive change, happens on the inside first.
So, it really all boils down to this one simple question. The caterpillar is the price for the butterfly. Your old self, your old patterns, your old reactions, your old beliefs. That is the price for your new reality. The only question left is, are you ready to pay it?